Hello guys, good morning. It's Shannon from SB88. Listen, today I'm gonna fix an alternator on a car. Let me just take my time and explain what's going on. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday actually, I had to just replace a battery on Nissan Qashqai over there. And when I replaced the battery, she called me up for a battery replacement. And I noticed that the alternator wasn't charging the battery. So what I did was I left the battery on the car. I told her not to drive it, and I'll be back to change the alternator. So what I plan to do today is take the alternator off, the battery off, run to Euro car parts, and then bring the new alternator and reuse her old battery so it charges back up. Fingers crossed she'll be alright. Alright, so let me just run through the process of how you're going to remove the alternator. At the moment I've got the engine running and there's no fault cause this car is really low mileage, only 49,000 miles on the clock. She said that the airbag light is on because the clock spring, someone told her that the clock spring needs replacing, and she's changed it like twice and it's come back. I told her I can have a look at it for her, but I don't think she's really interested in that right now. So quick shot just to prove it. 12.8 volts, the engine's running. Okay, another test that I do for condemning an alternator is unplugging the plug, which has got the exciter wire and some other stuff. But most importantly, the alternator is going to need 12 volts to start working on most cars. If you are extra technical on cars and if you're a boss on cars and you know the full explanation, please leave it in the comments. Yeah, but I'm just gonna wow. So yeah, add the alternator. I'm getting a voltage on pin 1 and pin 2, and then the other one is enough. The third pin's enough, so that's enough information I need to condemn an alternator. So what I'm going to do now is start running down the battery that I'm going to return and get to stripping this alternator. First things first, or second things first, however you want to do it, you've got to disconnect the battery. Okay, I always prefer to disconnect the earth terminal on the car because you're going to get less spark. I'm going to jack this car up now because definitely never leave the key in the car. When you're closing the door, I don't want to put the windows down because I'm going to have to lock this car up when I go to get the alternator in a minute. So here's a jack. If you look carefully, the jack has got notches and some bits like that, and then I'm going to put it here. This is the point to jack up on any car. You always get some sort of acknowledgement down there in the sill. Now you could turn this bit so that it gets trapped between these notches. Yeah, and that's the safest way to jack the car up. Sometimes you want to have the wheels pointing this way as well, pointing in the right direction, because then the jack can easily roll in underneath the car. Yeah, shit, I need to just loosen the wheel first. Let me just crack these wheel nuts. So I used my breaker bar and I cracked off all these nuts, but now I'm going to use the gun to take them off. I always crack the nuts, especially lock and wheel nuts. I can't be dealing with a breakage. I can have a look at that lock and wheel nut in a minute to see if it's been stressed out by anyone else yet. I should put the axis down underneath the vehicle before I start taking the wheel off, so let's do that. So the next thing that you want to do is take these clips out. You see I've started taking some of them out. If you get WD-40, it makes it so much easier. Guys, I can swear that this car must have gone through like some manure or something before it parked up, man. This vehicle was smelling of poo. I'm telling you. I had to tell you. Going through this to show you that, to take extra time to spell this poo, to show you guys how to change an alternator on a Nissan Qashqai. Okay. Alright, first thing that I'm looking at is That's the bottom pulley. That's the AC compressor. That looks like an idler. Looking up is the water pump, and then further up is the alternator. Up here is the tensioner. Thank God. I couldn't find the tensioner, you know, so I thought I'd show you guys. Didn't want to say anything crazy, but that's the tensioner there. Okay. So, before we take the alternator off, or the belt off even, we need to just have a quick sketch, get the pen and paper out and draw a diagram so you can remember how to put the belt back on. Obvious information, but if you don't do it and it happens, you're gonna just waste a lot of time, trust me. So on this engine, that's the drawing that I've got. Yeah, I should have labeled it. Let me just quickly label it for you. So we've got the C is the crank pulley, the AC is the AC compressor, all the way up at the top is A. That's the AC, the alternator. We're going to change that now. Across from that is W, which is the water pump. On the other side is T, that's the tensioner. No, yeah, that's the tensioner. That's what's keeping the belt tight. And the R is just a roller, it's an idler. It doesn't do anything but just guide the belt. Sometimes they get noisy. Oh, right, let's go. Right guys, you can see my ratchet there, yeah? I'm going to use this pin to pin the tensioner. I just wanted you to see how I did it. How I moved the tensioner. Just like that. That's how I've done the tensioner. I'm going to put a drill bit in there. Look, that's the tensioner moved across to the other side with a drill bit in there. So now the belt is loose. Okay. Now we can start tackling the alternator. This one is looking quite easy, just 2 bolts. Only 2 30mm bolts. I've already done that. Now I just got to disconnect the battery. The disconnection of the battery is mainly to avoid sparking when you remove this live feed. Alright guys, so I've disconnected the battery, just a 10mm. Quick things. Now I'm going to start taking up the bolts here, one there and one all the way down there. You can see my hand touching it. That's it. That's one. Gotta get my longer 13 on this one. This one here. Right, I can't use the big 13 because you see I wouldn't have enough space. Let me put the camera down and get this done. No choice but to use a ratchet. But it's not really tight, so then I just spin it out with my fingers. And then we're out. Okay. That's 1, 2. Okay. Get a lever. I'm gonna lever this out. Big screwdriver. Shing. Like that. Jeez. And you go shake the rest of it out with your hand. I'm supposed to take the 13 out here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one out quick. so a bit more wiggle. This is an easy one, man. Oh, straight out one hand. Damn. Damn. Right, let's go. Take the battery out as well. Right, I lost my deep 10 on my 3.8 drive, so I'm gonna have to use my hands on this one. It's these 10 mils, man. I'm a bit itchy. So it's easy to disconnect the battery on this car. You loosen up this, and then you have to unhook. Can you see? Hooks in there. You're unhooking it from there. Same on the other side. Torchlight, bang, put the torchlight on, bang. Alright, let's see. Can you see? Alright, there we go. Just about to see it. There she is. Unhook that. That's what it looks like underneath. Don't know why it's there, but it's there. Leave it. So we're leaving the car like this. Just gonna lock the door, shoot off and come back. Oops, sorry. So this is the new alternator. This is the battery going back. And they're taking the alternator back. This is the old one. It's going back to these guys, Euro car parts. Alright then, so just going to put the alternator in. Hopefully that camera angle is good. So I'm just like wiggling it. When you wiggle the alternator like that and you're trying to do something up hand tight, something's missing here. Probably not. When I tighten it up fully, it should pull real tight. Let's see. Do the bottom first. I need to replace this ratchet though. This ratchet is absolutely done up. Also, I'm going the wrong way. Oh. I've done this top bit first. I'll be able to wind it more in by hand. So let me just fully tighten up this one. This should go. This should tighten up now. Easier. costing me time. Off the Halfords to get a new one. That's tight. Cool. Got this one back in. New 10mm, new 13mm. Beautiful. That actually locates into the right position, so it sits nice and flat. Cool. Right, so we're happy with the alternator being back on now. Pulley runs smoothly. You know what, there's one thing that I had thought of, you know, that I didn't show you guys when I was doing the how to diagnose a faulty alternator. You have to check the voltage drop from this point to the battery positive as well. I'll show you guys in a minute. Right, back on. Oh, I need two hands for this, so I'm sorry. Shit, man, I forgot to press play, man. I got the belt back on. Just got to pull the tensioner right now. That would have been a nice little video, I think. Anyway, so the belt's back on. I tried to record me trying to put it back on, but I messed it up by not pressing the start button. But you can see everything is nicely guided on, and all I've got to do now is come to the tensioner and pull that drill bit out. I'm in business. Got the pin out, it's gone back to its right position. It's nice and tensioned now. Alright, so I got to put that little trim piece back on, put the wheel back on, and then I'll show you how to do the voltage drop between the alternator and the battery, just in case you didn't see. Oh, I didn't show it, so sorry, yeah. Anyway. Alright, so the trim piece is back on. That one there is broken, can't do nothing about it, so let's go back like that, unfortunately. I was going to swap one out from there, but I thought against it, just leave it. It's really not that bad. Put the wheel back on, axle stands and jack out. Got the settings on the gun. I can whack it down to level 1. It makes it extremely weak, but I'll put it on 2. I get my torque wrench and you'll see. Alright, so jack it out. I just jacked it up. I'll take my axle stand out. Let the wheel touch the ground. And that's how you put a wheel on without breaking the locking wheel nut. Alright guys, so the job is done. I just need to put the old battery back and let it charge up. I'm confident that my diagnosis was correct and we're not going to have any problems. Let's drop that battery tray back on now. I put the battery in the boot of the car, so I can't get into the boot because there's no battery in it anymore. So I'm just going to connect this up and we're going to get the boot open. Now I'll give you a top tip. This is a secret tip in this car, about this car when you're working on it. And I've seen a lot of cars broken because of people making this mistake, yeah? See, when you go to jump start this car, this positive terminal here is extremely close to this piece of metal here, which is grounding the engine ECU. This thing here is the engine ECU. For any reason at all, you get this touching this, your engine ECU is going to be blown and your car won't be able to start. That's a fact. Alright, so that's my little tip for you guys anyway. So I'll press this button here to turn the jump pack on. So now the car, this is like a substitute, I don't know what the word is, sub something battery. So I can now unlock the car and use the electrics. Oh yeah, the lady said her button is busted, so I need to open this carefully. I mean, this bit here, quite common in the Qashqai. And this is the battery we're going to put back. I need two hands, so. Right. So guys, in this part of the video, I'm just going to show you how to fit a battery. In the earlier part of the video, you would have seen how to remove it. Or if I'm just doing a short with this part, I need to turn this around for a short. Guys, sorry about this, but I'm going to make this bit short, yeah? How to fit a battery to Nissan Qashqai. Yeah, so how to fit a battery to a Nissan Qashqai. Drop that there down like that. Yeah, put your positive on first. For any reason you get this to touch that, it's game over. You destroyed your car. Yeah, you're gonna need a 10mm ratchet or a 10mm spanner. Right, this is the battery clamp. So you might make a mistake by touching it like that. Be very careful. I'm gonna put this bit hooked into there, and this bit, yeah, hooked into there. Like a Honda setup. This is a Nissan, but it's using like Honda style setups. Yeah, so then kind of like hold that taut, maybe just screw that down there like that. And the same thing with this one. Screw that down there like that. I guess that's why this battery's on a platform, because yeah, it was too tall. So with the old battery, I really wasn't using my brains. I should have literally taken those things out. Oh, that's super long. This arrow means which direction it's supposed to be facing. Probably does. Let me turn it around. So I'm making a better video now, because now I know something I didn't know before. Right, to fit the battery on the Qashqai, you've got an arrow on this piece, maybe on all other cars as well. Never noticed it before, and I've been a mechanic for a long time. Yeah, this little arrow here is a direction that you want to place it, and I assume front, and front seems to make a lot more sense than when I had it the other way around. It actually fits a lot better. Okay. Can't even, this stupid socket isn't up to the game. But that will be okay. Now, this can touch that. This is an earth, yeah, it's the ground. Let me get a smaller socket quickly. Once again, extreme caution with this one. I'm always scared when I'm doing this. Yeah, that between there is a trap, man, I'm telling you. That's a trap. Alright, let's start this car and then we'll see. So this battery is on 11.5 volts at the moment. We'll start the engine. You can see 11.5 volts, yeah. Alright. I'm seeing 14.4 volts there, man, so we're winning. Job done. Right guys, I forgot that I was going to show you how to demonstrate a voltage drop test. So you see we got 14.45 volts. We'll put this down there like that. Let's go back. Okay. Alright, so you see that? Yeah, down here. Get my hands all tied up. Oops. From here. From here to here. Get 14.5 volts, yeah? This is exactly the same as what you see here. So you need to do that test. Another way of doing it is going from positive to positive. Oops. If you go positive to positive like that, you should get a very small reading. So the voltage drop on this part from the alternator to the battery is 0.07 volts. Whoa. That's when you short something out. Anyway, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna get paid. I hope this was a decent bit of content for you guys. Trying to get some YouTube money. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, please drop a subscribe, leave a comment. If you saw anything that you wanted to know, you know, or have any questions, just leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And hopefully I get better at these videos, and yeah, you'll see a bit more of me. Alright, take care. Love. Bye. Whoa. Crazy.